Hi Life Church, today I get to talk about Ephesians 3, 4 to 19. I'm so pleased I get to talk about this passage. It's one of my favourite ones as it's about God's power and love. Earlier in the passage, Paul talks about how we get to be part of God's secret plan. He says, my job is to make it clear to everyone just what the secret plan is. So I'm excited, I know about that plan and I'm part of it. And God's called us to make his wisdom known to the world. And Paul tells us how to do that. So we need to pray for and receive God's power and love and allow that love to take root in our lives. So the secret's out. It's there for us to share. During this pandemic, I've been gardening and finding out what flowers will grow in my garden and how important it is for the roots to be in the right condition for the flowers to grow. And when they grow, they're so beautiful and a key part of nature's natural cycle of life. Paul says in verse 17, Christ will make a home in our hearts as you trust him, and your roots will grow down into God's love and keep you strong. So what we're rooted in will be what we give out. It's as simple as that. Root yourself in God's love and love will pour out of you. In verse 18, Paul describes God's love. And may you have the power to understand, as all God's people should, how wide, how long, and how deep his love is. For me, wide means that love can reach out to the whole world, or at the very least to our community. Long means God's love will last our lifetime and will always be with us. And how high means love will lift us up when we're down. And how deep means God's love will reach right into our souls and fill our whole being. How wonderful it is to know that we are loved like that. My prayer for you today is from verse 19. May you experience the love of Christ. Then you will be made complete with all the fullness of life and power that comes from God. And my final thought is how the world will be much better if it was purely God's love and power that was present in humankind. Well, the secret is out. Jesus promises this will be the case when he comes again and brings about his kingdom. Amen.